producer on the EA Sports NHL team.
And I'm Mike Englehart, Creative Director. Today we're excited to walk you through everything new in Hockey Ultimate Team and introduce you to some of the people who helped shape it. This year we've taken a big step forward, not just in how Hut plays, but how it stays connected to the
cool
itself.
to see William Eklund and Celebrini
Hut is now more in sync with
in the NHL
the hockey world all season long.
intro screen.
Let's take a closer look at what's new in Hut 26.
Let's hope that Hut actually is decent. More interactive menus, hopefully.
Completely rebuilt. In past years, it could feel slow and cluttered.
Of course.
It didn't always reflect how you actually use the mode. So we took a step back and redesigned it around the things you do most. The new layout loads quicker, takes fewer clicks, and gets you to where
Because you can hope that it actually, you can say that, but hopefully it's much more, hopefully it's faster.
But one that helps you make the mode feel more like it's yours. We also brought over something players really liked from Wildcard, the improved lineup screen.
I definitely like the lineup screen. Just makes it more efficient. Let's look at Cup Chase. Yeah, Cup Chase, I like the idea.
Is a new offline mode in NHL 26 that gives solo players a more structured and rewarding way to play. It's built around an 18-game schedule, followed by 2 rounds of playoffs, with each round played as a best-of-3. You build your lineup, play through your season, and see how far you can take your team. You'll also be able to choose your own difficulty level. That makes Cup Chase more flexible, whether you're still learning the mode.
The question is, how does the difficulty affect the rewards?
Its own reward track, separate from the XP path, that gives you something tangible after each step in your season.
So it looks like the rewards are different based on the rewards.
And you're getting it on your
Because it says Superstar, so is that based on difficulty? That's what I thought it was.
No wondering how your rewards stack up against someone else's. And just like other modes in Hut 26, your progress here.
Okay, so does that mean that you can do it and grind it infinitely?
Solo play, you're still making meaningful
that it's not limited, like X amount of times per season? Okay, that's good. Still have to gain more information.
This is a brand new competitive mode in NHL 26, a full rework of how head-to-head progression works in Hut.
The first big change is matchmaking floors. Once you reach a division, you'll stay there for the rest of the season. If you earn your way up, you won't be knocked back down after a few tough games. It helps take some pressure off and lets you focus on improving, not constantly trying to recover losses.
This last year, in past years, it definitely was annoying.
Now contributes to something. There are now better defined tiers and more visibility.
Okay, because I saw in the rewards there was a bunch of 80, 81s, 80, bunch of 80 pluses. There's an 81, there's an 82. I think there's an 83. But yeah, last year was definitely annoying because I was bouncing between Div 2 and Div 3 for a while, but I settled in Div 2.
And if you're able to reach the top, there's something special waiting. Players who hit the ultimate rank will unlock a jersey that's...
Because I think on that one, it showed that there was an 86, because if I rewind there...
This gives you a new opportunity to climb.
82 and an 83. There's the jersey. 6 players, including an 82, 2 80 pluses, and an 86. Which an 86 would be ridiculous at that point in the game.
Players who hit the ultimate rank will unlock a jersey that's unique to that season. It's a way to show you made it to the highest tier, and each season will bring a new design to earn.
Yeah, that definitely would be ridiculous.
And a better sense of what each match
yeah, it's only per season, but that definitely gives you something to grind for.
In NHL 26, we wanted every lineup decision to matter a
Let's just hope that you don't get there very, very quickly.
Combinations or bonuses that activate based on how your lineup is constructed. Things like stacking a certain item type.
Because if you look at those players' salaries, McDavid is at 6 or is that 8 million?
Bonuses can affect key areas of your team, including
Dutzel's at 5.
Salary cap or overall.
Line's at 3 million. Medano's at 5 million. I don't know if those are actually going to be legitimate salaries. That gives you an idea. Fox is at 5. Podfan is at 6.
How content is delivered throughout the year through Hut seasons. Seasons are no longer just a date on the calendar. They're the biggest content moments in the mode. Each one drops a
yes, that's 6 for McDavid, 6 for Hellebuck, so 6 million for 85s, 5 million for 84s, 82s, a couple million, yep.
Figuring out your strategy, and deciding where to take your team next.
And it's important to call this out. You're not starting over when a new season begins. Your lineup stays intact. Your progress carries forward. What you've built still matters.
That's definitely a big deal because some people were worried about past MLB games if it was similar to that for Diamond Dynasty, where players were restricted by seasons that you had to switch over. As a player in MLB was, for example, season one only, where once a new season started, you had to build your team from scratch again. People were worried about that. Thankfully, that's not the case in NHL.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie, a HUT producer on the live team.
And I'm Mitchell, HUT designer on the live team in NHL 26.
In NHL 26, the structure of our core programs is directly shaped by the feedback from the community. Captains, rookies, heroes, and icons are now the foundation of HUT's content plan. These 4 programs will roll out consistently across each season, and each one is designed to support different types of roster building.
Each of these core programs brings something different to the table. Captains are designed to lead your team each season. At the start of every season, you'll choose a captain from a curated pool, a mix of current leaders, past fan favorites, and even future faces of the franchise.
Yep. So in that case, would it be similar to the XP path this year, 25, in which you got them every single season and you upgraded them up? Because what I was worried about and what I was figuring with the heroes and the icons is they may have upgrade sets, as you do every year, but they would only get the big ones like your Hows, your Gretzkys, and your Marios only on in the later seasons of the year, that they would be time gated, rather than having your big upgrade sets later on in the year, rather than having your big upgrade sets consistently now, of trading in, say, 10 or 12 icons now for a big master player. We'll have to see if they touch on that in
Heroes
this deep dive.
Players who meant everything to a fan base. Think Keith Tkachuk, Alesh Hemsky, Zdeno Chara.
And
Rob
heroes
Lee,
are something they're
Marcus
bringing
Naslund,
from
or
FIFA.
Jeremy Roenick. Icons celebrate the players who shaped the sport itself. Names like Sergei Fedorov, Joe Thornton, Chris Pronger, Chris Chelios.
Whereas I think Chara should be an icon, not a hero.
Shine a spotlight on exciting first-year talent from across hockey history. This program
But I do
will
like the
grow
idea of
through the
rookies.
season as new players emerge and take center stage.
Like a rookie
We've also made
card,
changes to how
obviously
our
being a
alumni
big
players
deal
fit
in the
into the system.
actual
They will now have
physical
their own
hockey
card
card
type,
world.
and they will be core pieces to obtain at launch. Better connected to lineups
Let's go,
mechanics,
50 and
built
07,
to
the All-Star
contribute right
himself,
away.
Danny Heatley. I like Heatley cards.
In HUT 26,
But of course they
it
didn't
starts
show
right
the
away with early
sets.
access, and there's a lot to jump into. It starts with Fresh Ice, the first event of the year. This is a limited time event with objectives, moments, and rewards that help you get your team off the ground before the season.
Okay. Exchange 81 overall players to get an 84 overall. And those players that they show us here, I know there was a Morgan
Will now have their
Riley.
own
Let's
card
go
type,
back
and
and
they will
see
be
what
core
those
pieces to
84s
obtain
are.
at launch.
'Cause I'm
Better
guessing
connected to lineup
those
building
84
mechanics
overalls are
and
going to be
built
good.
contribute right away.
Question is, will we only be able to get one, or will we be able to get all of those 84s? Because those 84s will make a big deal early on in the year, I'd say.
It starts with Fresh Ice, the first event of the year. This is a limited time event with objectives, moments, and rewards that help you get your team.
So exchange 77s for 79, 79 for 81s. You gotta...
And there's a lot to jump into. It starts with Fresh Ice, the first event of the year. This is a limited time event. With
Apologies for
objectives,
having to
moments,
rewind
and
there.
rewards that help you get your team off
Matthew Tkachuk, Seguin, Morgan Riley,
the ground before the
Brock Faber.
season officially begins. If you picked up the deluxe edition, you'll unlock a Fresh Ice item.
And who's
which
that
helps you
goalie?
progress through early content and gives your lineup a boost out of the gate.
Was that
There's also a dedicated
Bobrovsky? Was that
pass
Spencer Knight?
available
I don't
only
know.
during early access. It offers additional rewards, and it's a great way to build your team early to set a strong
376s, some
foundation before the full
XP,
content cycle begins.
prospects.
Fresh Ice also connects directly to a completely new worldwide launch event.
80 overall,
right after early
76s,
access. Completing Fresh Ice
80
will help you
overall,
transition
79
through that launch
choice.
window smoothly. We'll have more to share about the global launch soon.
Of course, they don't
Fresh
show
Ice
us the
sets
end
the
of
tone and gives you a head
that path.
start for what's next. Alongside Fresh Ice, we're also launching something brand new, a live content program called Chell Weeks. Chell Weeks delivers a structured drop of new content across 5 days, with something new added each weekday. Each week is built around a theme with a mix of buildable
That's
players,
definitely an
objectives,
improvement, given that they only
a spotlight player
did
item, and a
Tuesday,
community vote
Wednesday, and
tied to
Thursday
league.
content. So
Our
if they're
first
doing
Chell Week
stuff
launches during the
every
early access window.
weekday, that's
The
a
theme is
huge,
called
huge
Superstars.
improvement.
Players who are beloved by fans for how they play, not just how much they score. These are the heart and
Let's
soul
go.
players, the ones who leave it all on the ice.
Defensive
This
all-star
has been a year
Slavin.
of real change and a year of listening. From
A
new
player
solo
people didn't,
experiences to
people
redesigned
that only
systems
cared
and
about
new
defense
content
cared about
delivery,
until
NHL
people
26 reflects
that were more
the vibe
casual
like
saw how
you
good he
asked
played
for. We're making a real effort this year to listen to community
last
and
year,
reflect that
especially in the
feedback across
Canada versus
entire
US
mode.
game.
There's a lot planned for the future, but we're also leaving room to keep learning and adapting along the way. Thanks for playing, and thanks for being a part of it.
Because my overall opinion on that one is there's a lot that was given that's up to interpretation. Because when I say there's a lot given to interpretation, what I mean is they covered a lot without going into huge amounts of depth on basically all of it. Because we have the knowledge that there's sets or that there's going to be programs, but obviously they want us to play the game and experience it completely because we don't know what sets are going to be in the game for icons. We don't know if there's going to be master sets like I talked on before for icons, which I don't think there's going to be, just on my hunch, because they're going to want to slowly build onto it. We don't know exactly fully how it's going to work with the rookies and how the upgrades are going to work for some of those programs. It definitely is a positive that they promise to deliver content every weekday of the week as opposed to only Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday before. I think I said Thursday before, my bad. Even though Thursday before it was the objectives for the path, which was automated. Even though you could say it's content, it's not. But 3 days a week versus 5, that's a clear W. So you have to give EA credit on that one. Cup Chase, we have no idea specifically what the rewards are and what the objectives are going to be that you can farm in Cup Chase because there's going to be no rivals, which we can tell there's going to be no squad battles. If the rewards for Cup Chase are good, there's going to be it's going to be beneficial to grind it. We don't know if there's going to be the milestones that there are most years in which you can just score X amount of goals, get coins. Because that's what I would say is a good idea. That if you make a bunch of coins just by spamming goals, let's say on rookie, you can just get onto the market in the first couple of hours and then just before the market is cut on and raising the prices, you can just flip cards and get a good starting capital and make profit that way before most people have coins. And then you start getting set for when the game actually drops. And by the time the game drops, you have a million or two. Either in coin or in assets that will appreciate by the time a couple of days have passed after the full release, because of course cards are going to go up. Because the way I see it is we'll have to wait a couple of days until some of the content creators such as Thrash and No Sleeves will likely put out videos going into more detail about the types of sets and stuff that are out. Because EA is not going to give full details of the full sets that are out in the game. But I would say some of the rewards that they showed through playing the seasons look decent, like an 86 overall, even though it'll take a long time to get there. If you can get up that high, is good. 82s and 83s this early on are good. Through getting that first event in early access, getting 84s will be good. I know Leaf fans are going to be happy about Morgan Riley, and some of those cards some of those player names have typically good builds. So what I see is it looks like a bit of an improvement based on what we've seen, but obviously the jury is going to be out because typically the gameplay is pretty good at the beginning of the game, but then it just struggles. they release a patch after the first month or so, and then gameplay just goes. It starts out like there, and then boom, it just drops like a rock. So we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes in that regard. Because how I see it with HUT general is we don't have that much information, but we're going to have to play it by ear. Because with my perspective from the market, we don't have enough information to know how it's going to go. Because they didn't cover what truly to expect with the chemistries and stuff. Because my expectation is the market's going to adjust based on what's needed for the chemistry, what's needed for requirement for sets. If, for example, the 81s aren't heavily accessible for those 84s, for example, they're going to be sky high on the market. So that'd be an easy one to snipe early on. The 79s might also be an easy one to snipe, depending on if the 81s are too expensive for the 84s. Because obviously it just depends on accessibility. And that's something I'll touch on when we get to snipe filters when Friday hits. Because my goal will be to teach everybody how to make coins. If you're new here, my name is Luke Ben, and I teach people how to make coins through work in the market and sniping. If you want to learn how to snipe and follow my journey of making millions of coins in NHL 26, please feel free to like it, subscribe, and follow me on twitch.tv. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.